Hey everybody, David from Flash Baby Cycle Nut here. Picked up my 24 Mt09 yesterday. Went for a decent ride yesterday and got a couple heat cycles in it. And just wanted to give my first impressions. And my impressions are that it is much improved from the 21 through 23. So let's go over a couple little negatives maybe and some of the things that what I really feel good about. First is the seating position. So on the 21 through 23, I never felt like I could get enough weight over the bars. And on the new bike, still quite comfortable and feels very natural, but I feel much more confident in it. A lot of the roads around here are a little choppy, and on the old bike, never really felt real confident on them. On this bike yesterday, I was able to really enjoy myself, much less pucker factor, and just had a really good time riding it. One of the other big things that I like on the new bike is the new electronics. We now, where before everything was built kind of into the traction control, as far as slide control and lift control, now, like the MT10, we have them where they're different. We can do individually adjust traction control, slide control, and lift control. I like this. 4 different screens that we can choose from. No more little silly thumb wheel that was over here that it was really difficult to operate while you're riding. Now we get this little joystick thing that I found very intuitive. Cruise control is standard on the base model, which is cool. Let's go over some other things. I definitely also feel like the suspension is sprung better and valved a lot better than the old bike. A lot of really held me up on the brakes the few times that I did a little charging in the corners, and it was compliant and also controlled, which is really cool. The new brakes with the new master cylinder feel really good. And yeah, overall, I think the bike just is a better feeling bike. The stock throttle mapping on it, similar to the 21 through 23, as I've shown. Still a little bit to be desired on the on and off throttle, still kind of buzzy above 5,000 RPMs. And the second gear dead spot is absolutely atrocious. I feel like that's worse than on the 21 through 23. Just really not much there when you roll into it. Look-wise, man, I really like it. I think it's a better looking bike. I like the front end. I know it kind of looks like Iron Man. But I think if somebody came up with that custom on their own, we'd all be praising it. Everybody always loves to bang on factory stuff when they do it. Yamaha has a way of making some controversial headlights, but I think it looks pretty good. I think the seat is improved. So the new seat, it might not look it, but it's definitely flatter. And the dual seat design, it just feels easier to move around on, hang off of, and I'm not sliding up into the front of it all the time unless I want to. And we have the new, well, the quick shifter body looks the same, but the programming in it's different. So now you can downshift while you're accelerating, and you can upshift while you're decelerating, which you couldn't do in the old one. The foot peg looks like it might be the same, or the shift bracket. So I have one of the Woodcraft ones that I was using GB pattern on the old bike here, and I'm going to try to swap that out tomorrow, and fingers crossed that it will be still that easy to switch over to GP pattern. They kind of, again, kind of like the MT10, it has these gills in here to lead down so you can hear some of the air intake. Can't say that I really can hear it that much, but we'll see what happens once we're able to start really messing with the intake. A lot has been made on the internet about 1 or 2 O2 sensors. My bike has 1 O2 sensor. There it is right there. And look all over the rest of the bike, and I don't see another O2 sensor. So looks like maybe only European bikes get the 2 O2 sensors. It has the same kind of, they don't seem maybe as bad as the 21 through 23s, but they feel very similar, where I'm sure they'll pop out if you run into them in a hard. I took it for a little ride last night in the dark just to see how the headlight was. I thought it was pretty effective. When you turn it on, you get the 2 lights on the sides that light up, and then you get the square light in the middle. When I first got on it and I was using the turn signals, I was like, well, where's the cancel button? But they are self-canceling turn signals. If you push it the same direction twice, it'll shut it off. But if you just let it go, it will shut off on its own. It has a hazard light, which I always like. And like I said, I did find this much easier to control or to use than the old thumb wheel method on the old bike. So yeah, quick review, quick follow-up. I'll be getting a couple more heat cycles in it today and tomorrow, and we'll be getting my baseline numbers probably tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to hit subscribe and the like button for more motorcycle related content.